Now, the thing to remember is that, CBD is a cannabinoid, right? It's called cannabidiol. So in a marijuana plant, there's more than 100 of these different cannabidiols. So right now, everybody's very focused on CBD, but part of the research that I've been doing is talking to a lot of these different companies, and they are finding ways to isolate these other parts of the cannabis plant. So there's this one part of the cannabis plant that actually acts as an appetite suppressant. Right? It's completely natural appetite suppressant. So think about that when they're able to actually synthesize that and sell it as a pill. So there's so many different ways that companies are going to be able to monetize the cannabis plant other than just, recreationally getting high through THC.
Why do we have receptors in our body for this thing?
Think about that.
I mean, do we also produce natural
We do
cannabinoids
produce
ourselves?
natural cannabinoids ourselves. That is correct.
Okay, but also
Yes.
it's like this weird, like age-old symbiotic relationship with the plants
People have
around
been
us.
smoking weed for thousands of years. There's a
Right.
reason, and so, weed that grows naturally is high in CBD and THC, right? So naturally, people, I mean, in India, they've been smoking marijuana for 3, 4, 5,000 years. I mean,
Right.
a long, long time. The human body is, very receptive to this. What blew me away was that we have more of these receptors in our body than we do for serotonin, which is, a vitally important, neurotransmitter. So again, all this stuff blew me away. No, I never knew any of this. And this endocannabinoid system that we have wasn't discovered until 1993. So it's all very new.
Very new, and we have these receptors all over our bodies, right?
Correct,
And in our digestion and our organs, and so putting it in one place or this can have different effects. Right?
Correct, yes.
It's fascinating, and they've just recently learned how to synthesize the CBD oil itself, right? Because it's a bit of a complicated process.
It is. So one of the things that I think is very exciting is a few companies that I've spoken to are pouring a lot of money in figuring out how to synthesize CBD at scale without actually growing plants. So one of the ways they're doing that is with yeast. They're fermenting yeast, and through some type of process, they're able to create CBD. Now they can't do it at scale yet, but that's something that they will be able to do. And the advantage of that is that then once they can produce that at scale, then I think you'll see a whole new range of CBD type drugs or cannabinoid type drugs emerge from that once you can isolate these different cannabinoids at scale.
And how do they get it and make it now? I mean, it's quite.
Oh, right now you have to grow. You have to grow the plant and then extract it.
Extracting it, but it's not all. I was reading because this originally became a cure for epilepsy in kids, right? That's when a lot of people started noticing it. I don't know, 4 or 5 or 8 years ago.
That's
but
right. Charlotte's Web.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But extracting it, it just didn't seem obvious at first, and it seemed like it needed a few different techniques and apparatus.
Well, nobody was really interested. Everybody wanted the THC.
Exactly.
They wanted to get high.
Right.
Nobody really cared about CBD, and somehow
in California, they've been spending the last 20 years breeding plants that have massive THC,
correct.
which usually means not so big CBD.
Some have no CBD in them.
Right.
Which again, if you're looking to use this in a therapeutic way, you should really think about strains that have kind of a one-to-one of CBD and THC. And now a lot of the big grow operations in Canada are realizing that and starting to revive these old strains that aren't necessarily very, very high in THC, but they're high in CBD.
Which have kind of better, maybe long-term effects for your body and all that.
Well, again, you have more of that entourage effect, and which acts more of an anti-anxiety medication. Which again, between taking Valium or Xanax, I mean, I think I'd rather take a little bit of THC and CBD.
Yeah, and it's funny, you look at like the Bob Marley and Rastafarians, and again, Dorian Yates, he's like, Brian, this is a plant medicine.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the CBD, now I understand, because if you are having that CBD, look, for me, I mean, I'll be honest, Tika, like I struggle with anger issues. For me, like it's never fast enough, it's never good enough. And like, even though I'm so grateful for everything London Mills brought me and my family and everything, sometimes I find myself kind of angry for no good reason.
Sure.
But honestly, the CBD is taking the edge off a little bit.
It does take the edge off, and I don't know if it's legal here in the UK yet, but you should look at the one-to-one THC CBD oil and do like half a dropper full. It's not going to get you high, but it will mellow you out. The way I describe it is most of the day, most people kind of have this heavy weight on their shoulders, and it's like this weight just gets taken off, and it's just, you're relaxed but completely in the moment, very focused. You don't have any loss of any cognitive ability. It's quite a remarkable experience.
Hi, it's Brian Rose. I recently sat down with Teeka Tiwari, the former Wall Street trader and expert in the rapidly expanding CBD industry, which is set to grow 40 times to $20 billion in the next 5 years. Look, I personally use this stuff for better sleep and energy levels, and I'm so excited by the medicinal opportunities of CBD that I asked Teeka to record a separate video to go into detail as to what stocks will outperform the market and how you can share in this exciting investment strategy. To take advantage of this incredible opportunity and watch this private video, click on the link below and learn more about CBD today.